Oh my God! Oh my God!
Are we serious? Is it real?
You got people that are up on the shore that are adults, and they see a group of young adults, like seniors, about to be seniors, yelling things like, this guy is a pedo, or this guy is here to blank children. So Nikolai says that when he was wading around in this shallow water, he was looking for his friend's phone with his snorkel when he heard a group of young adults shouting at him, and they were pointing at Nikolai and laughing, and it started to get a bit out of hand. Naturally, the adults on the beach or on the side of the river start coming towards the teens in order to help. Allegedly, according to the young woman, Madison, that was in his face, she said that he struck her in the face. And when he did, this is when all the other guys began to jump on Nikolai, pushing him down in the water multiple times, striking him, and he's down in the water. At some point while Nikolai, I guess, was down, he reached into his pocket and he grabbed the blade that he brought with him in order to cut the ropes with the inner tubes. And when he stood back up, each person that went to go and grab Nikolai, they got struck. So 5 different people ended up making bodily contact with the blade that was in his hand. In the video, the people are barely even coming up on him, and each person is pretty significantly injured, including one of the people from the first group, and that is 17-year-old Isaac Schumann. He ended up losing his life. 2 of the people ended up being disemboweled, and then 2 of the other people ended up being injured. The issue with this is there is no camera footage of Nikolai striking anybody first. And the people who claimed to have seen Nikolai strike Madison have all foggy memories. Some of them say it was a slap, and then they say it was a punch, and then they say, oh, I don't know if it was a left or right hand. It's like nobody can remember exactly what happened. And it is starting to look like Nikolai might have not done what the groups say he did. It is said that because the people that did not come up on him did not get injured, people around him had no idea what was happening until one of the young men fell into the water and the water started to turn red. This is when people began to scream and look around and realize that something terrible had just happened. Now, it was said that Nikolai walked back to his group and told them they believed that somebody took the weapon from him. This is also when members of Nikolai's group ended up calling 911. When the officers arrived and they were questioning everyone, a lot of people from the river were looking for Nikolai. I mean, they were looking for him with a baseball bat. They were coming after him. And all of these rumors were swirling that there was a crazed man on the loose that was just going around and attacking people with this thing, okay? At this point, Nikolai was already on his way back to his vehicle, I guess to leave. This is when the police ended up catching up with him and taking him into custody. They charged him with homicide and 4 different accounts of attempted. But things get a little bit fuzzy or weird because when the police got Nikolai and put him in the back of the cop car, he said to the sheriff, "What's going on? I hear somebody got," and I fit the description. When Nikolai was interviewed by detectives, allegedly he was surprised to find out that there was a video of the incident, and he also allegedly told the investigators that he didn't have this weapon, but members of the Schumann group did. Also, allegedly, Nikolai told the investigators that he did not know where the knife was anymore and that somebody had taken it from him, but then there's other people from the group that said that they saw Nikolai throw something onto the shore before walking back to their group after the incident happened. An investigator did in fact later find the knife on the riverbank and tested it, and it did test positive with DNA on it from some of the victims. So this has become a trial of, was this self-defense or was Nikolai in a situation where he was just looking for somebody to make a mistake so he could unleash whatever he had inside of him. So in September of 2022, Nikolai pled not guilty to first-degree intentional homicide for the passing of Isaac and attempted first-degree intentional homicide charges for the incident that happened with all the other 4 people. Now, Nikolai, again, he is claiming self-defense, and he's retained the same attorney that Kyle Rittenhouse had. The defense has repeatedly stood by the fact that they believe that Nikolai was acting in self-defense and he feared for his life. They say that Nikolai only brought that thing in his pocket to the river that day so they could use it to cut the twine needed to connect everyone's inner tubes. The defense also described the Schumann group as teens who were smoking that stuff, and they all admitted it on the stand. And the defense is really trying to drill home the point that these people went out of their way to humiliate this man because of his appearance, and they also accused him of like being something that he's not by calling him a pedo and all of that stuff. And mind you guys, there were no little ones on the beach. It just kind of seemingly came out of nowhere. This situation again happened in 2022, so that was like a news story that just showed up 2 weeks before the trial. The defense even claims that the only reason that Nikolai ran towards the Schumann group was because he thought he saw them holding up the phone that he was looking for. They say that once the altercation started, that Nikolai can obviously be seen like getting knocked into the water, and that when he tried to get up to get out of the water, he was aggressively jumped on again from the front, the back. He was smacked across the face while somebody came from behind and would be pushing him down. And so this is why the defense says that Nikolai was afraid for his life and acting in self-defense. It's looking like the defense's case because everyone that's been called up there, they've changed their story one way or another. They have said that this happened, but then later said that this happened. Now, Nikolai has been in jail since this incident happened 2 years ago, and he's lost a lot of weight. He looks very thin, and it's interesting because typically people that are in jail gain weight. And from what I think, the whole town this whole time has thought that he was this crazed monster on the river going after youngins, okay? What they didn't realize, what these seniors were just kind of making that up. It's what it looks like. It looked like they were just trying to poke fun and make a video and maybe have a viral moment, and things got really, really out of hand. And one of their friends lost their life. As a matter of fact, I listened to his now ex-wife testify during this trial, which, mind you, she did not want to be there and did not want to be testifying, but she was called to testify. And it is said that from her standpoint, and again, this is his ex-wife, he was described as a very peaceful, helpful, very intelligent. I believe they said he speaks 5 different languages type of guy. His wife said that he was in the hospital for about 3 weeks, recovering from this quadruple bypass heart surgery that he had, and he's had to kind of take it easy since then, as you guys can imagine. I can tell you that I believe that if this situation would have happened in Florida, I don't think he would even be on trial right now, because we have what is called the stand your ground law. And the stand your ground law means that if somebody is coming at you, you do not have to retreat. You don't have to try to run away first. You can stand your ground and defend yourself. And I do believe that if he was in Florida, it would have fell under stand your ground. However, in Wisconsin, they have different laws. They have a law that you're supposed to warn the person first before you defend yourself. And so there's another gray area there. When you look at the video, it could go either way of people thinking that it was self-defense. There are some people that believe that he should have just walked away, but then you think about it, you got an older man that's just had quadruple bypass surgery. He's surrounded by 13 different people. He may have been in shock. Who knows the trauma that he had as a kid, that maybe he froze up and couldn't speak, and all he knew to do was just try to defend himself, because now he's got people pushing him and smacking him, and he's in the water and up and da. And then there are people that are saying the other groups should have just walked away, which shoulda, coulda, woulda. Everybody shoulda, coulda, woulda did something different in this situation, but they didn't. A lot of people are saying he should have walked away, shoulda, coulda. And a lot of people are saying that the teens in the other group shouldn't have put their hands on him. They should have walked away. I think everybody should have done something different. Everybody should have. But there's no turning back the hands of time now. Thank y'all for being here, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.